Hawaii is the undisputed birthplace of modern wave riding. Rising vertically from the deepest trenches of the Pacific Ocean, this volcanic island chain sits fully exposed to massive storm systems marching down from the Aleutian Islands and pushing up from the South Pacific. For over a century, these jagged volcanic reefs have served as the ultimate proving ground for the global surfing community. Earning respect in Hawaiian waters requires extreme physical conditioning, deep ocean knowledge, and a total willingness to navigate some of the heaviest, most dangerous wave energy on the planet. Here, we detail the 10 most iconic surf destinations across the Hawaiian Islands, from the shallow coral caverns of Oahu to the massive wind-whipped peaks of Maui. Whether you are looking to challenge yourself in winter surf or simply want to understand the sport's most sacred grounds, this breakdown covers the essentials. Subscribe to Surf Hunter to ride along as we drop into the Pacific's most legendary waves. Number 10. Ala Moana Bowls, Oahu. Located right on the edge of downtown Honolulu, Ala Moana Bowls is the crown jewel of Oahu's South Shore. While the North Shore dominates the winter months, the South Shore awakens during the summer when massive swells march up from storms near Antarctica. Bowls is a highly structured, aggressive left-hander that breaks over a very shallow, jagged coral reef. The wave was actually enhanced in the 1950s when the Alawai boat channel was dredged using dynamite, creating a distinct deep-water bowl that causes incoming swells to jack up rapidly. The takeoff requires a steep, angled drop that immediately races into a fast, hollow tube section. Because it is located directly in the city, the lineup is intensely crowded from dawn until dusk, packed with highly skilled local surfers, aggressive bodyboarders, and professional longboarders. The wave requires extreme precision. If you fail to generate enough speed out of the barrel, the wave will unceremoniously dump you directly onto the dry reef section known as the rock pile. It is a highly competitive, high-performance arena that demands total respect for the local pecking order. Number 9. Hanalei Bay, Kauai. Hanalei Bay is a massive, visually stunning crescent of sand located on the lush north shore of Kauai. The bay is framed by towering emerald green mountains heavily laced with waterfalls, providing one of the most cinematic backdrops in the surfing world. The bay features several distinct breaks, but the most famous is a sweeping right-hand point break that peels off a shallow lava rock shelf on the eastern edge. When massive winter swells wrap into the bay, this point produces long, heavily walled waves that can handle sizes exceeding 15 feet. The paddle out here is notoriously grueling. Surfers must navigate a massive, churning expanse of whitewater just to reach the outside peak. The wave itself offers a steep drop, followed by a very fast wall that requires high-speed carves and drawn-out bottom turns. The current constantly pulls surfers down the point, requiring relentless paddling just to maintain position in the lineup. Because Kauai is less populated than Oahu, the vibe in the water is slightly more relaxed, though the local chargers still command the best set waves when the ocean truly roars to life. Number 8. Laniakea, Oahu. Laniakea, often referred to simply as Lannis, is a highly classic, sweeping right-hand point break located on the early stretch of Oahu's North Shore. The wave breaks over a deep, highly uneven reef composed of coral heads and large boulders. Because it sticks out prominently into the ocean, Laniakea is a massive swell magnet, picking up long-period winter swells and wrapping them into clean, highly organized lines. It is widely considered one of the longest and most rippable waves on the entire island. The defining characteristic of Lannis is its massive open face, which provides surfers with a vast canvas for executing massive power carves and critical lip bashes. However, the spot is also infamous for its brutal, sweeping current that constantly drags surfers down the beach and into the impact zone. Paddling against this Lannis Express will quickly drain the energy of even the fittest athletes. The beach itself is famous for its resident population of green sea turtles, which constantly graze on the shallow reef, forcing surfers to carefully navigate around the massive shells while riding the inside sections. Number 7. Makaha, Oahu. Makaha is the spiritual heart of surfing on Oahu's rugged, highly localized west side. During the 1950s and 60s, before the North Shore was fully explored, Makaha was the epicenter of big wave surfing, hosting the first major international surf contests. The wave breaks over a sloping, bowl-shaped reef that can handle a massive variety of swell sizes. On a typical day, it is a playful, sweeping right-hander ideal for high-performance longboarding, deeply associated with local legends like Buffalo Keaulana. However, when a massive northwest swell hits, Makaha transforms into a terrifying deep-water monster. The wave jacks up heavily on the outside peak, creating a massive sloping wall that rushes toward the infamous inside bowl section. If a surfer fails to make the section, they face a brutal beating in front of a jagged limestone shelf. The local culture here is fiercely protective and deeply rooted in traditional Hawaiian values. Respect is the absolute currency in the Makaha lineup, and visiting surfers must wait patiently on the shoulder and defer completely to the elder watermen. Number 6. Honolua Bay, Maui. Honolua Bay is widely regarded as one of the best right-hand point breaks on the planet. Located on the northwestern tip of Maui, the bay is a highly protected marine life conservation district, completely devoid of coastal development. The wave breaks along a sharp, winding coral reef that runs parallel to towering sea cliffs. Honolua only wakes up during the peak of winter when massive north swells hit the island, but when it does, it produces heavily walled, relentlessly fast waves that feature multiple deep barrel sections. The ride begins at a section known as the Point, which requires a steep, highly critical drop. From there, surfers must pump furiously to connect through the Cave, a section that throws a thick, cavernous tube. The wave demands high-speed, rail-to-rail surfing, punishing any hesitation by outrunning the surfer and shutting down. Because the bay is a marine reserve, the water is crystal clear and teeming with marine life, including sea turtles and reef sharks. The cliff top serves as a massive natural grandstand where hundreds of spectators gather to watch the world-class action unfold below. Number 5. Halewa, Oahu. Halewa is the historic gateway to the North Shore and home to a heavy, highly complex reef break. The wave breaks at the mouth of the Anahulu River, creating a highly erratic current system that constantly flushes water through the lineup. Halewa is a steep, fast right-hander that wedges violently off a deep water channel, creating a highly concentrated takeoff zone. The wave is famous for its massive, powerful lip that can easily snap surfboards and drive surfers deep into the jagged coral. The wave ends at a notorious section known as the Toilet Bowl, where the reef becomes exceedingly shallow and the ocean energy converges, creating a turbulent, swirling vortex. Surfing Halewa requires exceptional physical fitness, as the rip current constantly pulls surfers out of position and straight toward the impact zone. It is a highly respected proving ground, often serving as the opening location for major Hawaiian surf competitions. The combination of intense currents, shallow reef, and heavy local crowds makes it one of the most challenging waves to master on the entire island. Number 4. Sunset Beach, Oahu. Sunset Beach is a vast, sprawling stretch of reef that offers one of the most powerful and demanding open ocean waves on the planet. Unlike structured point breaks, Sunset features a huge, shifting peak that moves aggressively, depending on the exact angle of the incoming swell. The wave breaks in deep water, creating a towering, sloping wall that suddenly stands up and throws a tremendously thick, heavy lip on the inside section. The sheer volume of water moving across the reef is staggering. Surfing Sunset requires riding significantly larger, thicker surfboards, often over 8 feet long, just to paddle fast enough to catch the immense moving peaks. The lineup is huge, requiring surfers to constantly paddle and reposition themselves based on ocean markers. A wipeout here is a highly violent experience, often resulting in long hold-downs and a brutal swim back to the beach through treacherous currents. It is a wave that tests raw paddling endurance and deep ocean knowledge, long considered the ultimate benchmark for serious big-wave surfers looking to prove their merit. Number 3. Waimea Bay, Oahu. Waimea Bay is the historic birthplace of modern big-wave surfing. During the summer, the bay is a flat, tranquil swimming spot, but when severe winter storms hit, it transforms into a terrifying amphitheater of raw ocean power. The wave breaks over a deep water ledge, requiring swells to exceed 15 feet just to properly stand up and break. The takeoff is a sheer vertical freefall down a gigantic, heavily chopped face, testing the physical endurance of the strongest athletes on Earth. The true danger of Waimea lies in the sheer volume of water moving through the bay. A wipeout on a huge set wave will push a surfer exceptionally deep, often resulting in 2-wave hold-downs that push the absolute limits of human lung capacity. The inside section of the bay features a violent, neck-breaking shore break that makes returning to the beach highly dangerous. The bay hosts the legendary Eddie Aikau Big Wave Invitational, an event that only runs when the wave faces exceed 40 feet. Surfing Waimea is a true gladiator experience, pitting human survival instincts against the unrestrained power of the Pacific Ocean. Number 2. Pe'ahi, Jaws, Maui. Pe'ahi, universally known as Jaws, is located on the northern coast of Maui and represents the absolute extreme limit of big wave surfing. Jaws is a freak of nature, a wave that can easily reach 60 feet in height while moving at speeds exceeding 30 miles per hour. The wave is generated by an immense underwater ridge that rapidly forces open ocean swells upward, creating a towering pitching wall of water. The strong trade winds that funnel down the coast add severe chop to the face of the wave, making the drop highly unpredictable and extremely violent. For years, Jaws was strictly a tow-in surfing wave, requiring jet skis to pull surfers into the towering faces. Today, elite big wave surfers paddle into the wave using heavy, custom-built guns, pushing the physical limits of the sport. A wipeout here is widely considered the most violent experience in all of surfing. Surfers are routinely thrown through the air before being buried under thousands of tons of crashing whitewater. If washed inside, they face a colossal cliff face composed of sharp volcanic boulders, offering zero safe exit points. Jaws requires elite training, specialized inflation vests, and total fearlessness. Number 1. Banzai Pipeline, Oahu. Taking the top spot is the Banzai Pipeline, the most famous, photographed, and deadly wave in the world. Located right on the beach at Ehukai, the danger at Pipeline stems directly from its exceptionally shallow, razor-sharp coral reef. The wave draws immense Pacific swells and throws a colossal, thick lip that creates a wide, cavernous tube. Surfers must execute a highly technical late drop, instantly setting their rail to avoid being sucked over the falls and slammed directly into the jagged coral heads below. The reef is riddled with deep underwater caves and sharp spires that have claimed the lives of numerous surfers over the decades. The wave features 2 distinct breaks: Pipeline, a heavy left-hander, and Backdoor, a highly unpredictable right-hander. The intense crowding of the lineup adds another significant layer of danger, as surfers constantly jockey for position in a tiny takeoff zone. Winning a contest at Pipeline is considered the ultimate achievement in professional surfing. It is the absolute proving ground, demanding a heavy toll in blood and broken boards every single winter season, and cementing its status as the king of Hawaiian waves. The Hawaiian Islands remain the ultimate crucible for the global surfing community. The extreme combination of deep ocean power, shallow volcanic reefs, and heavy local enforcement creates an environment that punishes arrogance and severely tests physical limits. Which of these iconic proving grounds would you dare to paddle out at? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to Surf Hunter for deep dives into the world's most legendary surf spots. Respect the locals, know your limits, and stay safe out there.